Willoughby was one of 3 potential replacements, and she is no stranger to politics. She's a trauma nurse from the East Valley who ran for the House last year, losing by just 275 votes. But today she won enough votes to lock up the appointment. County leaders voted 4-1 to give Willoughby the vacant House seat representing District 13, which includes Chandler and Gilbert. Willoughby beat out Stephen Steele and Liz Harris, who was nominated to replace herself. The lone no vote came from the only Democrat on the board. Supervisor Steve Gallardo raised questions that Willoughby was not a strong enough defender of county elections.
The one thing I would love to see, and I have to see, is someone who is willing to have the political courage to stand up publicly and say that our elections are safe, secure, and accurate. And until that is done, I cannot, in good faith, support a candidate.
Harris had been one of the loudest election deniers at the state capitol, who basically made accusations of election fraud. Willoughby said today that she's not an election denier, but when asked who won the 2020 presidential election, she said it was time to move on. And the political leadership in that East Valley district will continue to change. The other House member, Democrat Jennifer Pollock, announced this week that she will not be seeking re-election. In the newsroom, Dennis Welch, Arizona's Family.
Thank you, Dennis. We are less than